In case you are new here, just feel most welcome. This is the right place to be. My name is theluckymumdebranyanchoka. I'm an ex-housemaid of Saudi Arabia, and mostly I create awareness on what happens in the Middle East. I've received many questions about deportation center, and I've decided, like, the whole of this week I'm going to share more about the deportation center. I'm going to share on the conditions there because I've received some videos, some photos from deportation centers, and I just want to share about deportation centers. Somebody might be wondering, what is this? Maybe you hear about deportation center. For example, you hear like we have Sakan Deportation Center, Sakan Deportation Center in Riyadh. We have a deportation center in Dammam. Those are deportation centers in Saudi Arabia. We have deportation center at Jeddah. So this deportation center, this is it's a center, it's a place where those people who are not working for their employers anymore, they have been put together. It's a government thing to be deported back to their countries. So somebody might be wondering, like, maybe I worked in Saudi Arabia, or I worked in Dubai, I worked in Qatar without passing through a deportation center. Who passes through deportation center, and how do people reach at deportation center? So I want to share 5 main ways on how people, or these maids, or these Gulf maids, how do they get to deportation centers? Reason number 1, the main way, it will be also a reason why they go to deportation centers. Maybe one way is when they are thrown away with their bosses, by their bosses. Maybe you have a misunderstanding with your boss, and they decide to throw you out of their house. You remain stuck, maybe outside their gate, or they can take you to a known destination, and then they just dump you there. They get you out of their vehicle, and then they leave you there unattended. So you find some people get good Samaritans who take them to deportation centers. So deportation center is just a safe place. Deportation center is not a jail. This is a safe place where many ladies or many workers are put together to wait for their right time to travel back home. So this deportation center is not a jail. I'm going to talk about jail, but deportation center is just, this is a safe place for those people who have become now jobless, stateless, let me say like that. You don't have a place to stay. So some bosses can take you to deportation centers, or they can throw you just outside their home, outside their compound. They will throw you, they will dump you at a known destination, and then you can be rescued, maybe by Good Samaritan or the police, and then they take you to deportation center. So one way is when you are thrown, how will you find yourself there? Because not everybody goes to deportation center. Deportation center is a place where you are safe. So in case you are in deportation center, just understand you are safe. There is nothing that is going to happen to you there. Another way people find themselves to deportation centers is when they have been rejected by the police. And there are many reasons that may make that can make police to reject you. You go, like, maybe police is a safe place. Sometimes when I create awareness, I tell ladies, if you have a problem, you have a misunderstanding with your boss, you are running for your life, maybe run to the police. So somebody might run to the police like they want help. So once reaching there, they will be rejected. The police will send them away. There's a reason that will make a police send you away. Maybe your police station or the police, they know your employer, and now they don't want to go against your employer because your employer is their friend, or your employer is working in that police station. There are some many cases I've seen people go to police station, you are returned to the same house where you have a problem, maybe because your employer is just is working at that police station, or they call your employer. When you go to when you meet at the police station, they will interfere with your passport. They will just block your passport like you are a criminal. So they will send you away. They will not allow you to stay at the police station. So that is also another reason that will make somebody to go to deportation center. So if you are lucky enough, after rejected by the police, you will find yourself at deportation center, and that is the safe place. I'm just encouraging people not to remain on the way. Just if you need safety, yeah. Some when people are rejected deportation center, it comes as a surprise because they don't know where to start from. Sometimes it's good to have locations of deportation centers even before you go there. It's good for you to just search. You can search and see the location of deportation centers near you. This is going to help you. Maybe one day you might find yourself in this situation where you have been rejected by the police and you decide to go to deportation center. So this is another reason that will make people to go to deportation center. Another way that you find yourself at the deportation center is when you have been dumped at the hospital. We have many maids who are dumped at the hospital. Maybe you are very sick and then your boss takes you to the hospital. They don't want to cater for the bills. They just leave you at the hospital. So you find that nobody is going to do a follow-up on you. Maybe you have stayed there maybe around 1 year. I have done some cases where people have stayed for 1 year, 5 months, 8 months at the hospital and nobody comes for them. So when it reaches that point, sometimes even the hospital is going to release you. So if they release you, you have no place to go. And you need to understand that when maids get sick, most of them, once they get sick, they don't know the location of where they come from. You are just told enter to the inside the vehicle, then they take you to the hospital where you don't know. Maybe it is the first time. They just take you there, they dump you there, they will never come back to see you, they leave you there. So you stay at the hospital for so long and nobody cares. So the hospital will be like the bill is going, it's becoming huge each and every time nobody comes to see you. They will just decide like, let us release her. They will even get a tax for you and you are taken to deportation center. So that is another way you can find yourself at the deportation center. So those people who are at the deportation center, they have different reasons that have made them to be there. So that was reason number 3, that you can be dumped at the hospital when you are sick, and then you find yourself at the deportation. Maybe if the hospital organizes, they get you a taxi that will take you to deportation center. Another reason that might make someone to go to deportation center, maybe if you are runaway. That means you don't work for your boss anymore. Maybe you ran for your safety. Maybe you decided to go because of peer pressure. These people, we call them boys and dalalas. These are people who have run away from their work and now they're living their life. So once they reach out there, life becomes so hard. It becomes so hard for them. It's not favorable anymore. Somebody might decide like, the best thing I'll do, I'll just go to deportation center and go back home. So that is another reason that one and a way that one can find themselves at the deportation center. So maybe if you are a boy or a dalala and you want to go back home, you can take yourself to the deportation center. Or the best way, when you are a boy or a dalala, go to the embassy. If you're a Kenyan, go to Kenyan embassy. You can, there's something, I think you pay some charges, but not much. Last time it was 60, but I've heard that it has become 120 Saudi riyals if you're in Saudi Arabia. You register yourself, you give your details, and then we organize for you to travel back. So if it happened that you ran away and you don't know where to start from, you go to the embassy and you get direction and you get back home. So that's another reason. If you run away from your boss, you will find yourself at the deportation when life has become unfavorable on your side. Another reason or another way that will make you to reach deportation center is giving birth or traveling with pregnancy. We have our sisters, have handled many cases where people have kids, others are pregnant. Maybe you did medical tests before travel, and then you this period of waiting, you became pregnant, and then you traveled. So the moment you travel, to Gulf, when they take you for medication, for medical tests again, there they find that you are pregnant, they will take you to deportation or back to the office, then deportation. There's some people who wait for you to give birth, they take you to jail, you stay there. You stay there as they wait to determine the DNA of the baby, and then you are taken to deportation, and then you travel. So these are ways workers get themselves to deportation center. The reasons, main reasons that can make people to go to deportation center. And as I told you, deportation center is just a safe place. If you're at deportation center, even if you have stayed for long, just know that is a safe place for you because you are protected. So don't feel like, oh, you want to go somewhere. As I told you, I'm going to share more about deportation centers so that people will understand what happens there. And then I'm going to share some videos on deportation centers. I show you the condition of deportation centers, what happens there. And then we are going to see what happens if you go back to the office after deportation. That is for another show next, maybe. What will happen and what makes people to go back from deportation to offices? What makes people to go back from deportation to their bosses' houses? We are going to look on that because I've realized that this is a section that people need to understand more about deportation. So when you feel like somebody is taking you to deportation, in your mind, just know it's a safe place where you're going to be protected and everything about your travel is going to be processed. So I just want to thank you for watching this show. If you feel like this video, it will help somebody else, you can just give it a thumbs up, just like it. You can share it out and let's try to make this world a better place for everyone. So in case you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can subscribe. My YouTube channel is theluckymumdebranyanchoka, and let's try to create positive energy each day. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next show.